news. It is a big day. Voters in 4 states are heading to the polls today. Michigan is the big prize, of course, because there are a lot of delegates up for grabs here. There are 59 delegates.
A brand new poll has Donald Trump in the lead, with John Kasich closing in behind. The Ohio governor has managed to close the gap by 16% in just a couple of days. Can John Kasich really catch Trump? Let's ask Donald Trump himself, who joins us right now on the phone. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, they do like me in Michigan, I have to say, and I like them, so let's see what happens.
Well, what do you think is going on with John Kasich closing in?
Well, I think Rubio is really failing badly. He's been a terrible senator. He doesn't show up to vote, and he's got some big problems, as you have probably heard. And, you know, a lot of people think he's dropping out of the race, so I think that probably helps Kasich a little bit. But Rubio is really sinking rapidly, so we'll see what happens.
From what I'm getting, as I'm reading articles about why you're doing so well in Michigan, factories are gone now. Everyday items are now being made overseas. People really like the fact that you want to implement a 35% tariff on cars that are made down in Mexico, and you want to bring jobs back. And voters are saying they historically have voted Democrat, but they're voting for you. What are you hearing in that state? How do you plan on bringing those jobs back?
Well, that's really what I'm hearing. I'm going to bring them back, and we're not going to let them go in the first place because, you know, Mexico's taking Ford. You see $2.5 billion plant, and they're taking a lot of other companies, and Mexico's becoming the new China, and so many car companies are moving there, and they're making cars all over the place. And, frankly, Michigan is the state that's getting killed, and I think that's why I seem to do so well in the polls. I'm not going to let it happen.
But how do you plan on bringing those jobs back to that state?
Well, I'm going to bring them back by, look, when Ford builds a plant and then they sell their cars with no tax whatsoever, just like we're a bunch of foolish people. I want to say a stronger word, but I refuse to. But we're like foolish people. We just take their cars and we take their trucks and parts, no tax, no nothing. What do we get? We get nothing. Mexico gets 100%. They get everything. Their negotiators are much better. Their leaders are much smarter. And we end up with nothing except unemployment. We're not going to let it happen. So if they're going to do that, we have to impose a tax on the car company that moves out so that when they sell cars into the United States, there's a tax. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, we're going to build in the United States. Ideally, they're going to build in Michigan. And I've had so many rallies in Michigan. They've been unbelievable rallies, and you know, thousands, tens of thousands of people, and standing ovations. So, you know, they know I'm right, and we will keep the car industry in Michigan, and we're going to bring car companies back to Michigan.
All right, let me bring you to a story in the Washington Post today. I know you are on top of the media, and you know that there was a meeting with the RGA at Park City, Utah, and another one with a conservative policy meeting in Sea Island, and both themes were about you and basically how to stop you. And one thing they're going to do is try to focus on getting others to win in Florida, Illinois, as well as Ohio, and, you know, Kasich, of course, Rubio with the best chance in Florida, and Illinois, I guess, possibly Kasich or Cruz. What's your reaction to the plotting and planning behind the scenes?
Well, they are trying, and they're spending millions of dollars, but I have a tremendous following. It's, you know, make America great again. These people, they just want their jobs. They want to have, I mean, it's crazy what's going on. I've never seen anything. You know, Brian, because you reported on it yesterday, millions of people are coming to Republican